Hey everyone, wanted to go over this Gerard Morin device step by step so anybody can build their own. Starting at the front of the box, that's where I connect my battery to. Come straight into the controller. Controller controls the speed of the motor. Right here, it's got an on-off switch, adjustable. The first one I had, and this is the second one, this is the only part that's failed on me. You have to beef these up a little bit. The one I had in here before burned up. It was a smaller one. This one I think is a 10 to 52 volt, 60 amp controller. I think they're 15 bucks online. This whole box cost me about $60 to build. Every part you see. Very inexpensive. Again, the controller controls the speed of the motor. This is a CNC 12 volt DC motor. This is the noise maker. CNC motors are very noisy. You can use a different motor. Pancake motors, some of them run very, very quiet. As long as you can spin this to its resonant frequency. I've had this thing spinning at up to 12,500 RPMs. However, the lights dim. I had to back it off to between 7,500 and 8,000 RPMs. That's its resonant frequency. When it hits its resonant frequency, everything quiets down, everything smooth, runs really smooth. And no doubt in my mind that you could add a room full of lights once you hit the resonant frequency on this thing. Okay. Again, this is the magic of the whole thing. This is a washer machine pump from a front loader. It has a spinning magnet inside of a horseshoe magnet, and it creates a magnetic field, and that's where you get all the energy from. The most difficult thing in the whole box is connecting these two together. This is free floating, this is connected. This has to be free floating so you don't mess up the magnets inside. But connecting them two together, I happened to find this little clamp at Ace Hardware, and I had to weld one side, but it worked fine. You can get the little clamps at the little RC cars and trucks and airplane stores, model shops. I didn't have one near me, but I was lucky I found this one right here. So you got to connect them and make sure they're perfectly even and everything. Again, this thing, you don't connect this one right here. Then it comes into a regular household electrical box outlet. Okay. Again, no inverter needed. Okay. I want to explain something about the lights. I've had these two lights for some time. I don't like the colors red and blue and all that. You don't need them because these T8s are full spectrum and they work way better than these. Okay. If you do have some of these or you buy some of these work fine with these boxes, but I've had some of them where the box doesn't allow the light to work, but I've cut the box out and just rewire it and it works fine. So if you come across one and it doesn't work, take the box out, rewire it. I personally wouldn't buy these. I would go with the T5s. Are good for starter plants or plants that don't need as much light. You can grow lettuce and stuff like that with it. But the T8s are the best lights I think that you can buy for the money. These will grow anything. I think these were both developed by NASA. They're very inexpensive, but these are, in my opinion, some of the best grow lights that you can buy. Okay. And I use this little box. It only goes up to 30 volts, so I went with 24 volts, 2 batteries. If you just try to spin this thing on 12 volts, this motor, it's rated for 12 volts, but it'll spin a lot. You can put a lot more voltage than that. Gerard Morin, in his experiments, he uses 36 volts. The higher the voltage, the more lights you're going to light up. But you need at least 24 volts to even make the light. At 12 volts, it'll light up these lights and the T5, but it won't light up the T8s. You have to have at least 24 volts or even more. So you replace that with a couple of batteries again and good to go. Anyway, have fun with it. And it's perfectly harmless until you start stepping it up with a microwave transformer like Gerard Morin did, and then you can weld with it. So there you go. Have fun.